I know this stage may be controversial and bring in some haters, but I still want to do it anyways. Hello everyone, my name is Sniping is Fun, and I welcome you back to the next stage in this Newcomer Stage Idea series of videos for Super Smash Bros. Ultimate and Super Smash Bros. The series in general for future games and whatnot. I've already done, this should be stage 7. I've already done 6 of them so far, from Skulltown from Shantae to the Raccoon City from Resident Evil, and Galar Pokemon Stadium from Pokemon, Sword and Shield, and so on and so forth, the Pit from Mortal Kombat, and Act 1 from Ninja Gaiden, and so on and so forth. This is going to be stage 7, number 7 in this series. And I want to talk about this stage. I know there's people that like this game, there's people that hate this game. This game is like either super overrated or super overhated or whatever. You know, it is probably one of the more controversial games you'll see mentioned online. For me personally, I like it. My younger cousin got me into it, and I do enjoy it. Is it the best game of all time? Hell no. Is it one of the best games ever? Not really, but it's still fun and enjoyable, and I find time to enjoy it. But yeah, Fortnite. And I know there's a lot of people in the world that would complain at the thought of Fortnite ever getting into Smash Brothers, but given how popular it is, pretty much there is a chance one day, not maybe not for Smash Ultimate, for a future Smash Bros. Game, you have to think realistically. And thinking realistically, I still want to do a stage for the Fortniter, which was in my series of Newcomer. Oh, out of those 200 characters I mentioned for over a year, one of them was the Fortniter. And for him/her, I want to give them a stage, and it's going to be this right here, start right now. And unlike so before this intro gets on way too long, first and foremost, this character, like all my other Smash stages, it's for one of the characters from my series, which, like I said, this is for the Fortniter. But unlike the Newcomer series, where I talk about, you know, why a character makes sense, moveset ideas, percentage chance, none of that's in this series. And I know I've mentioned every single video right now, and eventually I'm going to stop mentioning that. But like, there's 2 categories in the stage videos. How does the stage work, and music ideas, like what stages I think they'd pick for music. So how does this stage work? Well, first and foremost, I know I mentioned in the actual video, the Smash, like when I give a little update video, I basically just call it the Island. I'm going to now officially change the name to Battle Royal Island, the Battle Royal Island, because it's more specific. It's not as generic as the Island, and which could be anything for any video game. And it represents the genre it's from, the Battle Royale genre. And I would, like, I've been trying to come up with how the stage would work. I kind of have a basic idea, but it's going to be like an amalgamation of like different stage ideas. It's kind of like a mix of like Banjo-Kazooie stage mixed with a little bit of the Heroes stage, throw in Rainbow Cruise from Melee, the Mario Brothers stage from Brawl, Pilot Wings from Smash 4. You know, it's a moving stage, but moving in different ways, not just moving in terms of moving around the stage, like moving from left to right, but also transitioning, kind of like, oh, and like Delfino Plaza from Brawl as well. Like, it moves like transitioning wise, like Castle Siege from Brawl as well, but also a moving stage like Pac-Land. I feel like it's a mixed stage, but also with that turning mechanic from like Banjo-Kazooie stage, but also moving around the stage, kind of like in the Hero stage from Dragon Quest, you know, stuff like that. I found a big amalgamation and whatnot. So how does the stage work? It's going to have different locations, like I mentioned with Raccoon City for Resident Evil for Jill and Leon. When the match starts, you'll be on the battle bus with the balloons. You'll be able to hear all the 100 players in the bus, probably doing dancing moves or talking noises, and you will be fighting on top of the bus as it's moving through. But due to the fact that the bus probably doesn't have enough room for an 8-player smash, and you have to take into account all the stages now are 8-player smashes, there'll be floating platforms around the bus. And the stage will go, and you'll have people drop off. And as soon as 100 characters drop off and join their little Battle Royale game, which will be battling around you, the bus will float away, and you'll have to fight on the platforms. The platforms, you can make some sort of like sorry, Easter egg type thing, like a snowboard type thing. Make it designed off of different Fortnite things, like various Easter egg, like representing the different seasons or whatnot. And the platforms will slowly but surely move over and all around and descend you onto the island. I'm basing the island off of the original island that transitioned from seasons 1 through 10, rather than the new one they now have in round 2 onwards. I want to kind of, because that's the more nostalgic point. It's like the different locations, the different places on the map are actually based off that, because it's iconic and it represents something more players are more associated with over the long term of Fortnite. So you'll be landed somewhere randomly in the middle of nowhere, like in the grassy plain forest area. And what I mean by this being a mix of a moving stage like Pac-Land with the transition, like the turning thing from the Banjo-Kazooie stage. And I think this would be an interesting concept. And like I mentioned with Act 1 for Ninja Gaiden for Ryu Hayabusa, I had to extend the stage because the stage itself isn't really that long. This might just be pretty much Rainbow Cruise from Melee times 3 in terms of length. You'll be on the platform. You'll be able to see all the different Fortnite players battling each other, and I think to throw a little bit of a cool little nod, like visual to it, you'll be able to see on the map, probably off to the side or something, so it doesn't get in your way, like on the bottom top. Oh, this player eliminated this player killed themselves, blah blah blah. That'd be kind of cool, and it shows you how many players are left in the game. So it's like a visual thing. I think it'd be kind of fun, and you'll see them as you're moving through the stage, them blasting each other. Maybe their blaster rifle shots could probably also be a stage hazard, and you can get hit by it. I don't know. I'm not saying that for sure, but that's a maybe. But what's going to happen, and what I mean by mixing the turning trope, kind of like the cool little feature from the Banjo-Kazooie stage, with a moving stage like Pac-Land, or how I mentioned last time in Act 1 for Ninja Gaiden, is you're moving through the stage. You'll be in the little platform as you land on the island, and people are fighting around you. And then the stage starts moving, and you're going through the forest, you're going through the grassy plains. But as you're moving, and it'll be moving, like, so it's moving you around the island, so you can see the different locales around there, and some of them will get you into the little towns, into the different locations. And as you're playing, like I said, in the background, you'll see the different Fortnite players battling each other out and eliminating each other, but also off in the distance, you're going to see the storm starting to enclose in. So as the match is going on, it's like you're in the middle, you're smash fighting in the middle of a Fortnite game. So these people are fighting you, and the storm's closing in. And as you're doing it, you're slowly but surely getting into the middle of the stage as more and more of the map is engulfed in the storm. And since I'm not the biggest Fortnite person, like I said, my cousin got me into it, my cousin Patrick, I'm not super familiar with all the different locales, the different like landmarks in the map. So I had to do a little bit of research, and I picked 4 different locations I think the Fortnite game will actually end on. Either it'll be Loot Lake, Tilted Towers, Dusty Divot, or Salty Springs, but it all is dependent on if the stage is mostly grassy plains, forests, and whatnot that you transition to, or if you throw in a little bit of like the smaller towns and cities in there. I think it's gonna be more grassy plains and in like forests and whatnot. So I would more so end it on either Tilted Towers or Dusty Divot for more of like an industrial city type view, specifically Tilted Towers. But if you kind of throw in like the little towns and whatnot in there, I'd probably rather end it on Loot Lake because the water could be like a stage hazard where you drown in it possibly, or Salty Springs, same thing, a very watery, foresty look. So it's all entirely dependent on if you are how the stage works. I personally would say it's more of a grassy plains and the forest. So I probably would personally end on Tilted Towers, so you could jump on all the different landmarks, the different balconies and building tops, and it's more of a different visual approach, being more industrial, city, futuristic kind of thing. Like Neo Tilted Towers specifically, that'd be kind of cool if you could do it like that specifically. And it's like Onet, but larger, the map's larger and taller, so like that one stage from Lucas's game, the big giant Pork City, whatever. So something probably similar to that you'll end it on. So as you're transitioning through the stage, before we even get to the final location, like I said, it's like you're playing the Mario Brothers level from Brawl, like you're playing Pac-Land. You're fighting, and if you get left behind, you'll get eliminated. So the stage moves slowly, but it moves slowly enough that you're not going to get in the way. And a few stage hazards will probably be like items like bombs or guns from the Fortnite players playing around you. That will be the stage hazard. And then as you're playing, so it's not you're all going in one direction. You'll be turning around, and then you'll go down a hill, or you'll be doing this way, and maybe you'll go backwards. Maybe instead of transitioning from left to right, you'll be transitioning from right to left, and then it'll be moving this way, and it'll transition, and then go this way, and then it'll turn around, and then this way, and go up the hill, or down the hill, or whatever. And then you'll end in the final location, which I'm going to say Tilted Towers more so, because I would personally think after you get off the battle bus, before you get to the final location, it's mostly going to be the grassy plains and forests and whatnot. So different. I'm not saying like the Tilted Towers is the only locale that you're going to go through. You'll be seeing different cities in the back. So probably while you're getting ready to go to Tilted Towers, you'll see Dusty Divot in the background, or Salty Springs in the background, or one of the other cities, or the snow area, or the pirate area, or whatever, depending on how they do the map, like which season of Fortnite they're doing the map based off of. Maybe even a time map where you're seeing all the different locales together. I don't know. So you probably will go through a town, like a little city or a village or whatever, but the main industrial visual approach of the stage will be Tilted Tower / Neo Tilted Towers. And that's where the game will end. And as you're battling in there, you start seeing like the game, like everyone's starting to get in there, the maps, the storm's starting to close in, you see all these people fighting, and then the storm will either engulf everyone, or one of the Fortnite players wins the game, which it has to automatically be a winner anyway, so there you go. You might, and if you get engulfed, and at the end, the storm will move around, so on the stage, like I said, you can get engulfed in the storm, but as you're fighting, you're basically seeing in the background the remaining Fortnite players battling each other out, and then it says, "You are Royal Battle Royale," and one of the people randomly win, and the stage will just go fade to black, and you're like, wait, what happened? And then you'll just reappear, because a new Battle Royale will start, and you'll be starting back up on the battle bus. Rinse and repeat, left off, platforms falling down, get to the island, transition through the city, and end in the final location. New Fortnite game ends. Rinse and repeat depending on how many lives you are, how the time is. If the game's still going on and on and on, you can go through multiple Fortnite games in the middle of a Smash battle. So essentially do it like that. So I think that would be kind of a fun stage, and it'd be semi-unique and different. It's mixing different aspects of transitional stages. It's not just saying, okay, we're going to move around like the Heroes stage, like the Dragon Quest stage from the DLC and Ultimate, but we're not moving around entirely like Rainbow Cruise from Melee, but we're also kind of doing the moving stage like Mario Brothers from Brawl or Pac-Land from Smash 4, stuff like that. Like and then you also taking that little turntable feature, which I think is interesting and unique from the Banjo-Kazooie stage in Smash Ultimate, and making that kind of how you're maneuvering around the stage from where you're left off from the battle bus to the final point in the map where the storm engulfs you. And if you get engulfed in the storm, KO. Or if you survive, there you go. It moves around in the final part of the stage, probably. I think that'd be a fun stage. It'd be unique and different. And I think even for Fortnite haters, I think the stage would at least be fun, unique enough that they would at least enjoy it. And if you don't enjoy it, just play on Battlefield, just play on Final Destination, and be like, oh, whatever. Or if you hate Fortnite that much, just ignore the stage if you want. I don't know. But like I said, I'm not the biggest fan, but I wouldn't mind seeing it in there either. And people are saying the same thing about Minecraft, except people have slightly became more, accepting of Minecraft Steve getting into Smash Bros. And representing Minecraft. So one day Fortnite probably will be in that same camp too. I'm not advocating. I'm not being like it's just a character I super want. I don't really freaking care. But if you ever got in, I'm not gonna hate it. So there you go. That's how I think the stage is gonna work. Transitional. So you're pretty much playing through a battle royale. You're pretty much doing a Smash battle in the middle of one of the Fortnite games. There you go. And rinse and repeat as the stage transitions back to being on a battle bus. There you go. The game starts over. In terms of music, though, I think Epic would allow more than what I'm giving them. But I also think maybe Epic wouldn't want that many songs in the game. Because really there's certain songs that, I don't know licensing-wise if they can get away with it or whatever they do. Or how original some of the songs are, or if they're connected to some sort of licensing. I picked 8 songs, which is the smallest amount I've picked for any of the stages in this series so far. And I think Epic would be a little bit more. That's even giving them less than what I thought Ed Boon would give a Mortal Kombat stage if it ever happened in Smash Brothers, which I think was like 12 or 14. I gave him less. Epic probably would be more willing to give more music than Ed Boon would probably do in NetherRealm Studios for Mortal Kombat. I have no idea. But I picked 8 songs for 2 reasons. I don't know if Epic would be super wanting to give that many songs. And also, I don't think they have that many songs they really would want to represent in Smash Brothers, nor I think would really fit in Smash Brothers. Because some of the songs are like little beats that they're short, but then you get the actual songs. And I picked 8 songs that I think represent random different seasons, as well as different music packs and whatnot. I'm going to go through them right now. There's Saxy Groove, which we need that very atmospheric, energy-based, like fun-sounding, goofy song. So I think that'd be kind of cool. 8-Bit Beast, we kind of throwing in like the whole retro kind of song to it. Storm Shredder represents the storm, and that's from those first 2 are from music packs. This is from Chapter 2, Season 1. Like I said, the actual island represents the first 10 seasons, but I wanted to put some music in here to represent the newest chapter, like the newest season type stuff. So Chapter 2, Season 1, Storm Shredder. Another song from Chapter 2, Season 1, Solid Groove. Kind of the same thing like Sexy Groove, like a really energetic, goofy, cool type song. Season 9's Orange Justice. Season 9's Neo World. The lobby theme from Seasons 1 and 2, which would be kind of cool. And then the title menu music from Seasons 3 through 7. I had to do a little bit of research here. I came into Fortnite very late. My cousin got me into it very late. So yeah, but I looked at all the different musics from when Fortnite started to now. I wanted to make sure to get the lobby theme from Seasons 1 and 2 because I want to represent when Fortnite started. Then some of the later seasons like 9, and then the music from 3 to 7, some of the music packs, and stuff from Chapter 2, Season 1. I think it's a pretty good set of songs there. Like, I also think there might be more than this. Like, I think I'm selling Epic a little too short. They probably would maybe say 10 songs or 12 songs. I don't think they'd be a freaking SNK with 50 some odd music, but I think it's likely possible they would be more than 8. But I'm just being a little pessimistic here that possibly, like, how much music they could allow, or if they might even be at Ed Boon and not want to allow that much music if Fortnite ever got into Smash Brothers. So put in the comment section below. Do you guys like these songs? And if you had a choice, like, what other songs am I missing from Fortnite that you think should be in Smash Bros. If Fortnite ever got in? Put in the comment section down below. We discuss it there. Have fun. This is Stage 7, the Battle Royale Island. And when I come back for Stage 8, we're going to be jumping into the world of Doom. Doomslayer's stage, Mars Base. See you all later in the next video.